It was mentioned before na po-pull out yung security nyo at papalitan. Meron na po bang update dito? Tsaka sumunod po ba kayo sa iyong peer
Yes, wala pang update doon sa pull out and replacement. Nag-aantay kami sa Armed Forces of the Philippines kung kailan nila gagawin yon. Yes, nagpadala ako ng letter sa Chief of Staff ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Meron lang akong mga nilatag doon na mga requests. Pinakauna doon is hindi na kami tatanggap, hindi na ako tatanggap ng replacements. So kung magtanggal sila, hindi na nila i-replace. Iwan na lang nila kung ano yung maiwan, and kung wala mang maiwan dahil tatanggalin nila lahat, I already said that I will seek security arrangements outside of the Armed Forces of the Philippines already.
Parang private na, mag-outsource na kayo. I mean, kasi normally naman, di ba, pag Vice President, may naka-designate dyan from the AFP, from the PNP. So, dahil nga, yun nga, may pull out. And so, ang plano naman para mag-outsource na lang kayo.
Yes, we are exploring private security services. Yes. So, my husband, ma'am. Huh?
Would that be construed as a private?
No, because there are professional security services. So that's not considered as a private army. And I do not know if these individuals are allowed to bring guns. So that makes them less of an army, ma'am, kung wala silang baril. Hindi ko alam yung sa professional security services. But that is one option that we are preparing for in case there is a pull out of the entire security detail from the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Initially, I asked my husband, and then he said that he'll make arrangements.
Out of pocket, ma'am. How much are you estimating for that?
Well, wala pa kaming we have not requested for proposals yet from service providers. We have not requested a proposal yet. So, but I think only Filipino organizations or agencies are allowed that kind of service within the Philippines. I think, Mama, I do not know. But I know that they are Filipinos, yes.
Do you feel secure?
No, I don't.
Children?
No, ma'am. No. But no, I do not feel secure. As I said, that there's always been bias, because when we see, say for example, DOJ, iniimbestigahan nila yung presscon, pero hindi nila iniimbestigahan kung bakit kami umabot doon sa presscon na yon. Iniimbestigahan nila ang threat ko, no, pero they've not ever investigated threats against me, which are all documented, but we do not give them the information because we don't trust them at all.
Matuloy yung given impression mas makakatiwala sa mga private individuals kaysa doon sa mga people in the armed services.
Yes, sir. Kasi sila din naman yung gumawa nun, sir. Ang sinasabi ko lang naman sa kanila is, kasi sinasabi nila palitan, sir. Mahirap kasi, security is fundamentally a trust and confidence position. So it's difficult to entrust your life to somebody you really do not know, and that's you just put there by somebody who you do not trust as well. So it's a very difficult position, and well, it's a very difficult position, and I actually pointed it out to the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. I told them that there is a line of succession. You're supposed to protect your number 2, your 1 and 2, because that is your reserve. Because one day, if you do not protect your 2, one day you have no 1. If you don't have a 2 and you don't have a 1, you don't have any 1. Diba? That is in the Constitution, and they are supposed to protect that line. Oo.
Sabi niya, may 443 cases.
Mabalik na naman tayo.
443 last year.
Oo.
Security. Out of the 865 na employees only. So, with that regard, yung plano yung pag-outsource ng private security, do you plan to get that same number of security or much higher, considering that you said that you have
Yung 400 plus, approximately 400 plus, it was combined PNP and AFP personnel. When the PNP pulled out all the personnel of the PNP, ang naiwan na lang is 334. AFP personnel, and not all of them are working for security. Some of them are working for admin, some of them are working for budget, some of them are working for supplies. So there's a lot of, there are several offices inside that unit that don't work for securing the person. They work for operations of the entire unit. So, iilan lang dyan, sir, ang nasa security talaga. Yung like close-in security.
Ma'am, yung hindi mo tinatrust na appointing person, is it BDM or the chief of...
Ay, silang lahat, ma'am. I don't trust anyone right now except myself.
Kasi sabi po ni mga congressman po, ma'am, kasi parang contrived lang daw yung threat ninyo. Parang it's just an imaginary threat. Like for example, si Asigre nagsabi na imaginary daw yung threat ninyo, unlike doon sa sinasabi na threat daw yung inyong threat to the First Family and Speaker Romualdez. What's your take on this po? Kasi parang dinidismiss po ng mga congressman na kayo po ay nagkaroon ng threat sa inyong buhay. Parang sinasabi nila, hindi naman, parang imaginary lang yung threat ni Vice President as opposed to sa sinabi niya doon sa press conference. What's your take on this po?
Yes, we have documents, sir. We have screen caps, we have photos, we have police blotters, we have everything on file. But I never talked about it before because I felt na it was part of my job as Vice President. You get that? Aba? So, and it does not affect my work. So, all the more that it was inconsequential for me at the time. But right now, seeing that they are picking out words that I said and making a case out of it and saying that these are threats. So I think they should start with, where is this coming from? That is the question that they should ask themselves. But I don't think they'll ever ask that of themselves. So we'll just move on to the cases and the impeachment and whatever will come in the new year.
Do you regret saying or making such threat to the President and the First Lady and the Speaker?
No, ma'am. Buti na yung alam nila, ma'am, na pag namatay ako, hindi talaga ako, I will not die in vain.